Is it possible to make a creamy vegan no-bake cheesecake? I'm here to show you, yes, you can. This cheesecake is so crave-worthy. It's just a creamy dessert that has a buttery crust that people ask for by name. Hi, I'm Marley. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're here with me. We're going to make this cheesecake together today, so let's get started. First, we'll make the graham cracker crust, and that begins with 10 to 12 sheets of graham crackers that we'll put in a food processor. You want to make sure it's a nice fine crumb, and this looks perfect. What we're aiming for here is 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. So if you don't want to do this process yourself and you want to just buy store-bought, just use 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. To that, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and 7 tablespoons of vegan butter that's been melted. What I like to do is stir and make sure that this is well incorporated throughout. This looks perfect. You can tell this is going to be a great crust. Next, let's prep the pan. I have a 9-inch Springform pan here, and I'm going to give it a quick spray with vegetable cooking spray along the bottom and up the sides. Then I've cut out parchment paper to fit this pan. And what I like about spraying it first is it helps this actually stick to the pan. You don't have to add parchment paper to your pan. I just like it because I think it makes cleanup easier and it helps remove the cheesecake from the pan. Now we're going to add our graham cracker crust to the prepared pan. I like to make sure I get it all because I like a nice thick crust. You can use your fingers, or you can also use a measuring cup to kind of distribute the crumbs equally around the pan. And then we'll just start pressing. I obviously like to press up the sides of the pan a little bit too. And the more you can press into this crust, the better that your crust is going to be. Now this goes into the fridge to chill while we make the cheesecake filling. While the crust is chilling in the fridge, it's time to make the whipped cream. And what I like to use is this Country Crock plant-based whipping cream. I have found it has really good results. I also love that it's very easily available. I can find it at my local grocery store. We'll add the whisk attachment to the mixer. And by the way, I'm using a stand mixer, but you can always use a handheld mixer. It works just as well. So we're going to run this on low to start with, and I'll quickly bump it up to medium, and we're going to let this whip for 5 to 7 minutes until we get nice peaks forming. Okay, this whipped cream looks great. This is a game changer. I love this stuff so much. But there's a couple things that we're going to add to make it even better. So first of all, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And I have a secret ingredient that basically stabilizes this whipped cream and helps it hold its shape even longer. And that is 2 tablespoons of instant vanilla pudding mix. Make sure you look at your box. Many of them are dairy-free these days, but always take a look and make sure that the one that you've got is, dairy-free as well. What happens is that the mixture of the pudding mix, which is mostly cornstarch, kind of stabilizes this whipped cream and keeps it magically shaped for a long time. I just love it. It's a beautiful hack and I love it. I'm going to just manually get my spatula in there and make sure everything is distributed around. And then, of course, it's time for a taste test and make sure this is exactly the sweetness that you want. That is delicious. That is perfect flavor right there. I really don't go for too sweet at this point because we're going to be adding a little bit more sugar in a second. But this is perfect for the whipped cream that I'm looking for. What I like to do next is reserve 2 cups of this mixture that we'll use as the topping, approximately. You don't have to get out a measuring. I just actually just throw out a couple of dollops like that. That's going to be plenty. I put this in an airtight container and then clean off my fingers. And then this goes in the fridge and it will chill, as the same amount of time that the cheesecake is chilling, this will chill in the fridge with it. So we'll move on to making the cream cheese filling, which begins with this is basically 1 cup. It's an 8-ounce container of vegan cream cheese. I'm using Tofutti. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to just borrow this spatula that I'm using for the whipped cream, and we'll just measure this out into a bowl. One thing I have found about vegan whipped cream is it doesn't really whip very well. It gets really runny really fast, and so as a result, I don't whip it. What I do is just stir it gently in a bowl, and then what I'm going to add is 1/4 cup of powdered sugar and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And I'm using fresh lemon juice because I think it's got the best flavor. So we're just going to stir this, and I think you'll notice as I'm stirring it that texture that I'm telling you about. That vegan cream cheese it can actually kind of get a runny consistency pretty quickly. I do think it's a good idea, if you can, to let your cream cheese sit out on the counter for at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, to help it soften up a little bit. You don't want it warm, but hot. You just want to let it sit out on the counter until it's room temperature. I'm going to give it a nice vigorous stir. Even if you've got a few lumps in there, it's okay. We just want to stir those ingredients together, but you can see how quickly it changes texture. So now what we're going to do is add spoonfuls of that to the whipped cream mixture. And what I'm going to do is add a spoonful, whip it, and then add a spoonful more, just one at a time, so that we get this cream cheese mixture distributed equally throughout. Okay, let's stop the mixing, and what we're going to do is just wipe down the sides of the bowl. And let's give it one more spin with the mixer, and we'll put it on high. Again, I think it's time for a taste test. It's always good to make sure that your mixture tastes exactly the way you want to at this point. Delicious. Got a little bit of vanilla going with the whipped cream, but also that tartness from the lemon juice and the cream cheese. This is perfect. Now we're ready to add the cream cheese filling to the chilled graham cracker crust. And then just gently use your spatula to push down to try to remove any air bubbles that might form. And then I like using an offset spatula to create a beautiful top. Beautiful. This goes into the fridge and it's going to chill, I would say, at least a minimum of 4 hours, but up to 6 hours, and even overnight. That makes this a great recipe that you can make the day before your big event and pull it out the next day, and it's ready to serve. Our cheesecake has been chilling in the fridge for 6 hours, and now it's time to release it from the springform pan. The very first thing I like to do is just open this clasp just gently, and then just remove that. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty. I love it. So you also remember that we had this reserved whipped cream. So now I'd like to pipe this around the edges to give it more of a decorative look. Obviously, you can serve this as is, but I just kind of like the special touch of adding the whipped cream dollops around the edge. So what I have is a piping bag with a 4B Wilton tip, which is an open star tip. And I have the reserved whipped cream. And what we're going to do is just transfer this into the bag. Here we go. Oh, that's beautiful. You can see that adds a nice decorative touch to your cheesecake. And I think it's the beauty of adding just that little bit of jello that causes this whipped cream to hold its shape like this on day two. If you end up with more whipped cream than you need to still, do this decorative touches here, you can either add a second row of dollops or save some for individual slices because you never know. Some people might prefer to have a little bit more. Or another idea would be you can even use this whipped cream and cocoa, hot chocolate or whatever. You have lots of options. Now it's time to cut into this beautiful cheesecake. This part always makes me a little bit nervous. It's like the moment of truth, is this going to work or not? Look at that. How beautiful is that? So today we're going to be going with cherry pie filling. You can make your own. I've got a recipe for cherry pie, cherry sauce, and or you can do canned. Anything is going to work here. Look at that. So beautiful. It's almost too pretty to eat, but I think I'm going to convince myself to try a bite. It's so fluffy looking. Oh, ew. Wow. That is so good. I love the creaminess of that filling with just the right amount of vanilla and just the right amount of sweet. And then the tartness of that cherry pie filling that just, you know, just accents it so perfectly. And then of course there's that buttery graham cracker crust. This is dessert perfection. I absolutely love it. So if you're going to make this cheesecake, I would love it if you would leave a comment. Let me know what the topping is that you're going to be using. Are you going to use the cherry pie filling, chocolate sauce? What is it? I want to hear from you. I love reading your comments. And so, also, I wanted to say thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I had a really good time cooking with you and making this beautiful cheesecake. And if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more recipes coming your way every week.